BJ, we are very pleased to welcome to the vigil this evening BJ Asugawa, Program and Events Coordinator at the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute, with which I know many of us are familiar. BJ is a graduate from Gordon College and from its Clarendon Scholars Honors Program and its Presidential Fellowship. While at Gordon, he co-founded the college's first Black Student Union, and he helped facilitate conversations of race and reconciliation between Gordon staff and students of African descent. Please join me in welcoming BJ to the vigil.
I would like to begin with saying thank you all for joining us here today. I'm here this evening for a few reasons. To inform you about our upcoming Mother's Day Walk for Peace, to represent the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute, but most importantly, to bring you on a journey of what it means to be an African American in this country. My name is Chukwuemeka Bernard Jr. Oswagu, but everyone calls me BJ. I was born in Boston, a child of immigrants to two Nigerian parents. I spent the majority of my childhood reading, attending school, moving along with life as any other child does. I graduated from high school in 2016 and attended Gordon College, where I graduated in 2020. I lived a comfortable life, but as I grew, I saw that where I had something, many had nothing. You see, growing up in a racist system your entire life inevitably brings you through certain phases. As you start to see the system that surrounds you, a system that is meant to keep you from achieving success, you begin to ponder on how to pull yourself out of these struggles. Initially, I believed that as long as I went to school and as long as I worked on being the smartest, hardest working person there is, that I wouldn't fall victim to these very systemic traps. Of course, that school of thought is woefully incorrect. It does not matter how smart you are or how many degrees you have. When it comes down to it, I will always be seen as just another black person. So when I see things like the death of George Floyd, Alton Sterling, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, and so many more, I realize that could be anyone. That could be my family, that could be my brother, that could be my friend. And what a world it would be if police brutality were the only thing that black people are forced to face. We face obstruction from all sides, whether it be voter suppression, like we have just seen take place with the new legislation passed in Georgia, where it is now illegal to even give your brother or sister a bottle of water while they wait in line to vote. Or food deserts in our communities, where it is easier to find a firearm than it is to find fresh produce. We have yet to touch upon gentrification or the lack of representation from media in our higher education. We have yet to touch upon the abhorrent wealth gap that persists in our communities. There is a lack of healthcare and educational funding as well. There are so many hurdles, so many things holding my community back, so many external forces telling us who we can be and how we can be, yet we still rise. In the face of all adversity. You know, Fred Hampton once said, "We do not fight racism with racism. We fight racism with solidarity." I stand with the late chairman Fred Hampton when I say I am a revolutionary. And as much as I would like for this time to be lighthearted, it is impossible to complete such a task while speaking on such a pressing matter. It is on you all to utilize your privilege when it comes to the battle for Black lives. It is on all of us to stand up as revolutionaries in the struggle for freedom and equality from a broken system. There is no reform for a system that is set up to perpetuate racism. There is no reform for a system that can only work when racism exists. There is no reform for a system that was built on the back of people of color. These issues are not simple as black versus white, but about haves and the have-nots, about the oppressed and the oppressor. It is about taking back our identities. It is about taking the right to our resources. It is about taking our security and putting it back in the hands of the people. That is why I stand here today. That is why I speak the way I do. And that is why I believe in what I believe in. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. Now, with that being said, what we are doing at the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute falls in line with exactly what the people's needs are. An organization created for the people, by the people. The Louis D. Brown Peace Institute was founded in 1994. Its mission to serve as a center of healing, teaching, and learning for families and communities impacted by murder, trauma, grief, and loss. Our vision is to create and sustain an environment where families can live in peace and all people are valued. We believe in all families impacted by murder deserve to be treated with dignity, compassion, regardless of their circumstances. We look forward to seeing you all join us. Yes. This year we'll be celebrating our 25th year anniversary of Walking for Peace. This is so very important because it signifies a tremendous milestone in the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute's journey. Many organizations do not make it to this milestone. So for that reason, we must celebrate this wonderful accomplishment. We have a goal of raising $600,000 this year, a daunting number for some. But we are confident in our own as well as our surrounding community partners' ability in coming together and obtaining this goal. Now you may be asking, how can I get involved? There are a bunch of ways to get involved. Making an online donation towards the 25th annual Mother's Day Walk for Peace, joining a walk team, or asking a family or friend to walk virtually with us on Mother's Day in support of the LDBPI. We encourage individuals to commit to raising $250 for the teams to set up fundraising goals, and for teams to set up fundraising goals of $1,500 to help us reach our $600,000 goal. I want to say thank you all for everyone that has come here to listen to me speak today. I want to encourage you all to continue fighting the fight towards equity and equality for all people. I want you to go out and continue to gain understanding of why we fight and what it means to fight. I hope that my words have fallen upon active ears. I hope my words have assisted you in realizing that there is a struggle going on in this country, and it is up to us to get what we deserve. It is up to us to destroy the bonds of racism. It is up to us to dismantle a system that has been spreading hate for generations.
That's right. Yes. Woo, woo.
I want you all to repeat after me just this one time. I am
I am
a revolutionary. Thank you.